的青春悼念，你的腰我对着我像个笑脸，在沙发上 up and down， 我像你的靠点，你的声音放门挡都挡不住，享受的表情藏都藏不住，每个不离口的请求都来诉，你说连为零住。
好的，再次提醒现场的雄亲们，本次的活动即将开始，请我们的雄亲们呢赶快回到座位上，我们即将安场喽。另外呢，也要邀请我们场边的电视台摄影记者们移动到我们的媒体室，谢谢你们。好的，欢迎现场所有雄亲们莅临到我们的凤山体育馆参加本日的赛事。今天呢是我们高雄一期直播钢铁人大小雄亲忆童年的主题周。在这个温暖的午后今天特别热，有没有让你们想起小时候的周末下午 带着我们的好朋友还有家人哦，一起经历那段最无忧无虑的时光。就像今天呢，莅临到我们的球场，大家下午呢一起来看一个球。今天呢，各位大朋友跟小朋友呢，就跟着我们的17直播钢铁人一起回到那一段最欢乐的时光。那我们的钢铁人呢，跟我们的澎湖县政府以及我们的澎湖县运动观光发展协会合作，一直以来都非常的致力于运动推广项目哦。先前呢，也多次承办我们的妈宫食品杯全国篮球邀请赛，让我们更多喜爱篮球的选手们多一个舞台可以发挥，可以彼此较劲一下。先给他们来点掌声鼓励好不好？听到这么热血、这么支持我们的推广运动这个部分。那今天呢，也要麻烦我们所有雄亲们拿出我们120%的热情，来为球员加油。场上的事情呢，交给球员来面对。那场下的雄亲们呢，发出你的尖叫声好吗？非常好，来，我们再测试一下大家的热情到哪里。折扇有拿在手上的雄亲们，来点折扇声。非常好，延续这样的热情。今天呢，除了我们满场的雄亲呢，还有我们非常多的贵宾来到现场。首先呢，要邀请我们第一位澎湖县县长陈光复陈县长来到我们现场，欢迎陈县长，还有我们的澎湖县县长秘书许俊仁许秘书，你好，欢迎你。以及我们的澎湖县议会的副议长蓝凯元蓝副议长，你好。还有我们的长林文创教育基金会董事长洪长青洪董事长，欢迎。还有我们的澎湖县运动观光发展协会理事长李彦生，李理事长你好。元泰大饭店董事长谢光复谢董，盛国大饭店董事长黄同成黄董，还有我们的建良企业社董事长陈安之陈董。以及我们的大学光学科技行销处的赵明伦赵经理，欢迎你们。以及我们重要的我们的在地球队111学年度 JHBL 乙组南区复赛冠军，高雄在地子弟兵青年国中也来到现场，给他们来点掌声鼓励好吗？了解我们的雄青呢，也帮我们的在地篮球持续的加油哦。那接下来呢，让我们掌声还有尖叫声欢迎我们的17直播主播疗愈系明星脸奶茶主播洋洋 Debbie 带来精彩的表演，掌声鼓励鼓励。
Hello， 大家好，我是17 Live 直播主洋洋 Debbie， 今天很开心可以来到钢铁人现场，跟各位雄亲们一起热血沸腾，让我们一起心挥挥吧。
再一次尖叫声，感谢我们17直播主播洋洋 Debbie。接下来，让我们欢迎最有活力的钢铁人啦啦队——钢铁女神雅典娜带来精彩的舞蹈表演。再一次尖叫声，感谢我们的钢铁女神雅典娜带来精彩的表演，谢谢他们。本场赛事将由高雄17直播钢铁人在自家主场迎战前来挑战的新竹街口工程师。现在为各位介绍客队球员名单：背号2号江广谦，背号3号泰勒，背号4号高国豪，背号5号宋宇轩，背号7号曾国玉，背号8号朱云豪，背号9号田浩，背号12号李佳瑞，背号21号伊波卡，背号23号吕其敏，背号24号郭少杰，背号31号 William Atino 阿提诺，总经理胡永志，总教练林冠伦，助理教练沈星汉、陈哲宇、Sean、黄胜富，影像分析师于继伦，防护员黄建元、欧博宏。谢谢亲爱的雄青，你们是钢铁人不断努力的动力。 场。首先出场的是高雄17直播钢铁人最可爱的吉祥物65号 Number 65 艾恩。背号2号 Number 2黑色闪电嘻哈小跑车后侧部投进 J West 张杰伟。背号10号雄亲们最爱的人气王技巧身材兼具钢铁坦克王柏芝。背号11号劲爆体能钢铁小飞侠黑哥，准备好你的血，林君豪。背号13号牺牲奉献为球队付出，球队的精神领袖 Captain 陆吕正如。14号积极对位，肉博士贴身防守，网帅 No Filter， 邱博章。背号18号中距离好手感，钢铁禁区之助，大港回归林志伟。20号松山铁壁出品，捍卫钢铁禁区最悍的钢铁巨塔孙思尧。背号77号野兽派防守人来疯射手张博伟。接下来为各位介绍先发5人名单。背号0号 Number 0进攻万花筒，帽子用放的是种 style， 高雄 Swaggy Femi 铁米。背号5号 Number 5得篮板得天下，拿帮拢是阮的 Wendell Lewis 温德。背号8号，赛季中不断进化的少年郎，哈hand射手王绿翔。背号4号，钢铁人最临危不乱，你永远猜不透的冷面杀手，大满贯新人王陈佑文。The last one， 各位雄亲，你们准备好了吗？
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Coming off road victories the last Sunday, the Hsinchu Lioneers travel down to take on the Kaohsiung 17 Live Steelers. It's a race against the clock as the +League playoff bracket is taking shape. It's been a cold few days in Taipei, so it's nice for myself personally to come down to the balmy south here in Kaohsiung. Joining me on the broadcast is my partner for this game, Kirk. Good to be here.
Good to be here, Ryan. You should stay south more often. It's been nice and warm. I've enjoyed being here in Kaohsiung all day and excited for this matchup.
So you didn't have enough vacation last week with the 5-day weekend?
No, it's just trying to soak it up. The crowds are going home, and we were able to enjoy the beach and see some turtles this morning on Shaliocho Island and had a good time.
The main theme for this matchup today, as the Steelers and the Lioneers have played each other since Jeremy Lin has joined, but missing that action was Oscar Galguahal, whose name ends with Hall. And so we have a matchup of 2 point guards with the last character of their names, Hall. But don't forget, there's also a dueling Hall, just to throw it in the mix and test your Mandarin comprehension, Kirk. But what are we looking forward to in the 2 point guards? Obviously different backgrounds, both spending some time in the States, both in different parts of their career.
Yeah, definitely. But one thing that I noticed is they're both shooting at roughly around 35% from three-point land. And so at least a couple three-point shots made from them a game. They're guys that you have to respect on the perimeter outside, which makes it easier then for them to attack the basket and create for their teammates also. So definitely guys with multiple facets to their game. They can hurt you on the move and with their handles, and they can hurt you outside. And so should be an explosive matchup and, you know, pretty even by the numbers go. But you always got to give the upper hand to the guy with the home crowd, in my opinion.
Well, Jeremy Lin picking up even more hardware, winning the week MVP last week, and it was announced yesterday the March MVP, only playing 4 games, but averaging would be a league-leading 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. On the other side, Oscar Galguahal having been selected for All-Plus League defender, mainly for the pressure he puts on the guards in the league. And so, assuming that'll be the reason, but when we get to the starting lineup, the Steelers seem to be making an adjustment and a preparation for that pressure by the guards of the Lioneers.
Yeah, so starters, we got, you know, Little Lou in there. He'll definitely be able to help the Steelers just in the backcourt and relieve some pressure from Jeremy Lin. Because when you want your top scorer to have energy to create on your offensive side, you definitely want to let Little Lou handle a lot of that pressure and set up the offense so Jeremy Lin doesn't have to get fatigued doing all that extra work.
That's true, and even helping out even more is also putting number 4 Chen in there in the starting line. He had an ankle injury that he was dealing with for a few consecutive weeks. In the pregame, we spoke to
一场比赛最后决定比赛的胜负还是整个团队的一个组成，然后跟团队的执行力。那当然国豪跟书豪的一个对决，那我觉得是一个相当有话题的一个对位。那我希望国豪在他的第一次遇到有这么有技术跟能力的球星身上，那我相信在国豪的攻击能力跟得分能力的方面，是毋庸置疑的。那我希望国豪在跟书豪的对位上面，可以去从中学习到，书豪怎么样去带领一支球队，然后怎么样去当做一个领导，然后并且在有好的个人表现之外，还能够带领球队赢球。那我觉得这是我希望国豪在跟他的对位里面，然后能够去学习吸收到的地方。林书豪在不管是台湾或者是全世界，他可能都是已经一个进攻技术非常成熟或者非常顶尖的一个球员。那所以我们在整个比赛的策略面的方向的话，我们不会去刻意的针对性要停止他，那我们反而会把重点在如何去停止他串联整个球队的攻势。那我觉得这是一个要赢球一个比较大的重点。那当然我们还是会有特别的球员去负责对他做全力的防守。那但是就是像我的比赛前的会议跟球员讲的一样，我们全力防守，但是我们不针对性防守。所以这是我们今天大概整个比赛要走的主轴。
Coach Greg saying that Oscar versus Jeremy, indeed a big talking point, with Oscar having a lot to learn from Jeremy, who's a elite scorer across the globe. But the Lioneers' defensive strategy is taking the approach of limiting the team offense to make sure not all 5 guys on the court get going at the same time. But of course, they'll try to put their best defenders on Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, most definitely they will, and that's where, you know, Captain Lou or Lil Lou and those other perimeter shooters have to be ready that when the defense helps and Jeremy Lin's able to create, and the defense of the Lioneers collapses, you know, Jeremy Lin needs those shooters around him to step up. But that's definitely a smart strategy by the Lioneers. We'll see how the rest of the players from the Steelers, those role players, can step up and deliver those extra shots or not tonight.
Well, Jeremy did break his own assist record in this individual game after setting the new high of 15. Last week against the Dreamers, he had 16, and it did help a lot to have those shooters, but I think he also earned himself maybe a dozen hockey assists starting the offense. Maybe it might be a different case today. We'll have to see as the game goes on. But on the other side, as you mentioned, Little Lu, Wang Luxiang was the player we interviewed in the pregame. His shooting percentages have gone down a little bit, but still an above average 38% from beyond.
我觉得首先就是我蛮感激能在这个团队的就是从一开始的混乱到现在逐渐变得稳定，那大家的氛围也越来越好，开始赢球。对，我觉得整体来说是蛮庆幸自己能在这里经历到一个这样子的转变，因为这不是说你到任何一队都能够体验到的事情。那我觉得对于一个可能2年级生来讲，你可以提早去体验到职业赛场上的这些事情，不光是赢球或输球，甚至还有球团的一些改变什么的。我觉得提早体验到对我来讲是一件好事。那之后不管去到哪里，或者说继续留在钢铁人，有遇到这样的事情，也比较知道如何去调试自己的心态。对，所以我觉得是蛮庆幸能够这样子一路走过来的。我觉得其实我们没有过度的执着于季后赛这件事情，就对我们来讲，我们是希望每一场我们都能赢下来。对，那不管有没有进季后赛，或者说有希望还是没希望，我觉得我们大家的共识就是我们想要把每一场球都赢下来。那如果你可以做到这一点，其实季后赛当然也是蛮有希望的。对啊，我觉得大家的整体的共识是这样，就是尽力的去把每一场球赢下来。对。
Wang Luxiang, second-year player, saying team going from maybe some shaky, unstable start to finding their footing. It's a learning process, and he's expressing his gratitude for being just a second-year player, but having to experience it all. And pulling back a little bit at the actual standings-wise, he's saying that they're just trying to notch every single win they can have, and winning every single game might still give them a decent chance at the playoffs.
Yeah, it is a big hole, but it's one, at least they're moving in the right direction, and that seems like the right mindset. Just to focus one game at a time is all that you can do.
Ning Quinley will be the crew chief of the officiating staff this afternoon. Gao Guohao, Song Yuxuan getting his first career start next to Zhu Yinghao, Jeremy Tyler, and William Artino. Tyler and Artino combining for 2 of the recent wins for the Lioneers. On the Steelers side, it's Jeremy Lin, Chen Youwei, Little Lu Wang Luxiang, Femi Olujobi, and Wendell Lewis. And as a reminder, on the Mandarin side, it's Xiao Hu and Cai Jingjing bring you the commentary. 全位朋友们找到了 Plusly 的英文转播了，要看小胡跟情景的讲评，当然就按照中文的连结。One interesting little nugget that the Lioneers also helped us remember is Tyler is a 2-time teammate of Jeremy Lin, once with the Warriors and once with the Lakers. And on a special theme weekend and crossover event, the Penghu County Mayor Chen Guangfu on hand to throw the ceremonial tip. The Steelers have related merchandise with the tourism destination of Penghu. So with that in order, Lioneers in white, the Steelers in their red jerseys. So Yongwei will pull it down, getting a little bit of pressure. Doubled right away. Jeremy to Olujobi, it's a miss, but Wendell Lewis right there to get the putback.
Yeah, offensive rebounds get a lot of key points. Lioneers are one of the top teams at getting points inside the paint in that restricted area. And So the Steelers want to work hard today and get as many easy looks under the basket as well today.
Artino slips through and he scores assist to Kaohsiung. So I guess previously it's what I would call close to a hockey assist, but a missed basket and a putback. But of course, again, one of those opportunities created by the two-man game, and on the other side, a foul by the Steelers. Lewis coming onto the scene on the later side, the last Steelers import to join the fray. Averaging 15 points a game as Lioneers driving on Oscar, floats it up, but it's going to bounce out.
Yeah, I like to see that aggressive play, though, by Jerry's. He's a strong body, big point guard, and we know he can get to the basket, get to the lane, so that one didn't drop, but his team needs him to stay aggressive out there.
Tyler will try the pull-up jump shot, but off the mark. First time attacking on the left side, Olujobi trying to take Artino one-on-one. The spinning push shot, no. And a rare Duinhao post-up against the second overall pick in Lioneers. Across to Song Yushin, and he nails the first jumper. That's his range.
Yeah, great recognition by Chen Hao there. Took his time in the post, read where the defense was and where the help was coming from, and able to deliver a good pass there to get those 2 points.
Little horn set leaves Lioneers free for the right-handed finger roll. Oscar broken from space, now Duinhao to Tyler. They rotated around backdoor. Song Yushin. Stop, but he was fouled, they say. It's Jeremy Lin with his first personal of the game. Song Yushin, as mentioned, getting the first start out of nearby Pingdong High School, in fact. The guy traveled everywhere to play basketball, out of the Mazu Islands, Pingdong for high school, Cultural University up in the mountains of Yangmingshan. And with a handful of SPL teams as well before finally settling with the Lioneers for now. A little bit of pressure from Oscar, and they back out of it. Tyler surprising Olujobi there, and a really careless turnover as Artino gets the two-handed slam.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the Steelers. You got to be able to set up and try to get quality shots their whole every time down the court. You want to defend your home court.
Back door to Jeremy Lin. Couldn't get the stop. A couple bodies go down on the missed reverse layup. Everybody's back on their feet as Tyler, working at the elbow, loses his footing. And eventually a jump ball call. It'll stay with the Lioneers. Get another look at the misdirection from Oscar to fake handoff to a big and find the trailing Artino. Tyler with a quick fire three, a big bounce as Artino getting in the middle there, causing a loose ball foul.
That's behind the back on Jeremy Lin with the push truck coming in, trying to help gather the rebound. That might be 2 quick fouls for him.
Oscar fading away, he'll get the bucket.
Now that's where Oscar can really hurt other teams, is off the dribble. You pick and roll, he can stop and pop and shoot that mid-range shot very quickly.
Jeremy could not create a separation, and the Lioneers on the run. So you should. Well, it actually floated out as Artino trying to take Olujobi on the bounce. Duinhao Off front iron though, as Olujobi maybe it took a little contact to the face, but now they bring it up the front court. In their last game against the Dreamers, as Jeremy Lin in and out with that three. They had a pretty comfortable lead until the fourth quarter, where the Dreamers made them sweat a little bit. So we're almost 4 minutes in as Captain Liu will be the first substitution in. They'll have to start on defense.
Yeah, Steelers really need to buckle down here, allowing 10 points in the first 4 minutes. Just get beat backdoor a couple times, driving to the basket. Will Ortino loves to go left. Now Oscar trying to get his rhythm. They're just gonna have to calm down and get some stops to help jumpstart their offense.
Driving kick action as Oscar fakes his way to the basket. There's a 12-4 start for the Lioneers. Lewis can't get the handle on it. As Durinhall faking the shot, going to the cup himself and lay it in. And that final will be the Steelers calling timeouts as they look completely out of sorts, and the Lioneers taking the initiative.
Yeah, definitely the Lioneers have been the more aggressive team, both offense and defense side to start this game.
Our first break in the action. We'll be back after this.
爱心的手势。4月20号呢，澎湖花火节即将开始，欢迎各位雄星到我们的澎湖参加花火节盛典。好的，被拍到的雄星们，手比爱心，跟着我们的正如一起。我们的雄星，好，是的，大荧幕上面，没错，标准动作。好，我们的雅典娜来做示范。 好，我们的球迷朋友，输好的球迷，来在头顶比出一个爱心，好吗？在头好，我们戴着帽子的女生球迷，来跟着我们的正如做出一样动作，非常好，谢谢你。好
The light goal for today's stream is 126. Don't ask me why, but just help us out. On the season head-to-head series between the Lioneers and the Steelers, the Lioneers have the advantage at 5-1, with the only Steelers win coming on February 25th in Hsinchu, 95-82. And Jeremy Lin played a big part in that. Oscar was working off that knee and high ankle injury. It was a big turnaround for the Steelers as they were down by 11 with 10:07 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and just knowing from that experience, that gives the Steelers a lot of confidence. Like, still early in the game, they still got Jerry attacking, and a lot of things can change very quickly for this Steelers squad.
Right out of the timeout, Toyonwei going right on the handoff. A better improved three-point shooter, but choosing to take it in.
Yeah, Oscar did sag off of that initial pick and roll, but when Jerry got that ball up above his head, Oscar sort of jumped towards him, and you want to use that momentum against the defense. Jerry did a great job getting to the cup on that last play.
On the other side, Durenhall with Captain Liu trying to back him down into a little bit of trouble. It's Oscar with 3 seconds left, spinning, heaving a shot. Just an easy rebound for the Steelers. Now Jeremy switched on to Artino as Olujobi also had a mismatch. A deep shot is also out and a loose ball foul. Looks like Song Yushin a little bit too much to handle against Olujobi.
Olujobi did a good job recognizing, hey, he had the switch. Might as well go be aggressive, attack the offensive boards here when Jeremy Lin shot the three, so it gives his team an extra possession, which they need.
It's the third Lioneers foul as Jeremy gets close and floats it in.
That's what I love watching Jeremy Lin is he might miss a couple shots, but he has that shooter's mentality to stay aggressive. That time able to get to the lane and finish with a little floater. We've seen him finish so many times throughout his career.
It's the weave game for the Lioneers as Oscar choosing to take the deep two, but it's off. They try to swarm Jeremy on the break. It turns into a Captain Lou 3 and another loose ball foul. Very quickly, the Steelers have found themselves in bonus territory. You see Jeremy just using the entirety of the top of the arc. Now what the Lioneers did in the first play was blitz that screen, but that time just letting number 7 work. Out of the baseline, Jeremy driving left, kicking it to Olujobi. His 3 is in.
That's where Jeremy Lin also helps his team is the defense helps. We talked about that before the game. Everybody else has to stay ready. You can't just stand around and watch. That time Olujobi with his hands out, ready to catch and shoot.
Oscar faking left, now going right, running into Jeremy Lin's help defense. And it's a break for the Steelers. So Olujobi takes the contact and at least gets the whistle. Right now, the pace of the game favoring the Steelers side as it seems like Coach Greg wants to talk it over.
Yeah, momentum has definitely shifted. It was Steelers, you know, on their heels the first couple minutes. Lioneers dictating the pace, but defense has stepped up for the Steelers, creating easier opportunities on the offensive side.
The last game they played each other was the Lioneers' victory on March 11th. In the last couple games, William Martino and Jeremy Tyler have really stepped up their game. Martino, 29 points, 13 boards on 66% shooting, and it's even starting to take some threes that he's kind of gone away from. And Jeremy Tyler having a slow start, not playing basketball for a long time. He's also picked his game up, 36 points in the last 2 and 15 rebounds. The caveat, of course, is one of those games is against the weakened New Taipei King squad, who is playing with only 1 import and back-to-back after an overtime game. But the Lioneers still have a decent shot at a playoff spot, and they were the 4th place team for most of the season. So at least there's positive signs for their import, who they really need to rely on, at least on the scoring side of things.
Yeah, and you know, there's a team who's had some ups and downs, but definitely ending the season, you just want to get into the playoffs, and you want to give yourself a chance to play your best basketball when the playoffs come. So they got to also focus, just like the Steelers, 1 game at a time. But they know they can play with the best, especially with those 2 imports you talked about. You know, continue to find some chemistry together out there on the court. They contribute to each other in different ways, and both hard matchups to guard for any team.
Interesting, I'm sure Coach Greg and the staff are happy about 24 assists by the team, which is the most in their stretch after Lunar New Year's. But they also had 25 turnovers, so it's also the high mark. So they're still figuring things out and not playing even at their best quite yet. But that's how it happens to be toward the end of every season, especially with teams now matching up 8 times.
Yeah, when you think about the Lioneers, they love to push the pace. We've seen that here in this game, so that's going to create some turnovers. But, you know, they are one of the bottom when it comes to assists and the top when it comes to turnovers. So just taking care of the basketball is a theme that they have to continue to work on if they want to beat those teams at the top of the ladder.
After a couple free throws made by Olujobi, it's tied up at 14. Former number 14, Chen is in the game as that pass is tipped away. Olujobi looking for an outlet as Little Lou hesitated to pass to captain. Olujobi will take the step back and it's Just like that, Olujobi, a quick 7 points. So with the smaller Tianhao, and they run the Spain pick and roll. Nothing quite opening up. Then he's going to the basket, swatted away. No whistle on the play as all 5 players on the court seem to have froze there.
That was a big block, and one I don't know if he had to leave his feet for. So we see the replay on the other side. Just a sweet jumper for the Steelers.
Overlapping imports, but Artino beating the shot clock with the clanker. Jeremy going around the world to Little Lou, no, but Lewis in the right spot. Tyler looked like he deked him into that miss.
Yeah, he tried to really use his shoulder, create some space there, but he got himself off balance at the same time.
Oscar is fouled on the way to the basket. It's going to be on Wang Luxiang. Seems like some quick substitution between the 3 guards we were talking about, between Jeremy Lin, Sun Yowei, and Wang Luxiang, as Jerry comes in for Jeremy. I mean, if we're talking about same names, don't forget it's Jeremy Tyler. This is a hard job, Kirk.
We try to do our best.
First made free throw and 4 points on the afternoon for Oscar. Make it 5. And having a great performance in the last game, especially in that 4th quarter. Lee Jia-Rui is going to check into the game with a lot more confidence. Having the top play of the week, dunking over the Kings defense. Number 77, Weber Tumbleway, wearing the red headband, is in. Olujobi from deep center field, yes!
He's feeling it, helping this team climb back into this one almost by himself here in the last couple minutes. And when those shooters really get those first ones to go down, it means it can be a very special day. Looking forward, he's going to stay aggressive. His teammates need to look for him.
Tyler trying to answer, he does. With a couple good jab steps there. A 2-for-3 trade-offs with the Steelers up 19-18. Lioneers have gone away from zone defense they liked before. Olujobi trying to beat the clock. Jerry getting inside, at least put it on target. The ball will be knocked out of bounds by number 0. Will start the offense as there's an illegal screen called.
Yeah, he didn't wait long enough for his teammate to come and set the screen. Got to be patient. If that screener's still moving while the defense tries to come and slide in front, then it's going to be against the offensive team every single time.
Both squads matching solo import playing time as Lewis and Artino come in together, obviously on different teams. Little double screen as there's a foul on the perimeter and there'll be free throws. Well, another Southerner, Tianhao, out of Nantou County and Kaohsiung High here in Kaohsiung. Not from around here. Jeremy will step up to take the free throws.
This will be an interesting time to see how they continue to match up with Jeremy Lin, not who they had on him to start the game. So Lioneers to have several quick, strong bodies they can put on him to try to slow him down. But it is a task that we'll see which players are up for more than the others.
They run the same screening action as Oscar avoids the jump travel. Kaohsiung too strong with his three. And they fouled this time by Toyoe trying to help down on the rebound. Looked like he was in the right spot. No free throws. 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Clean up the hardwood a little bit. The impressive thing about Jeremy's previous assist record, it came on a back-to-back. PLEAGUE trying to back down captain, but he's going to be called for the foul.
Evan definitely had the mismatch down there with the height. Just good help came, and the bump caused him to shovel his feet a little bit too much, but something that the Lioneers could go back to.
Trying to hit Wendell on the pass, but Jeremy trying to go with a step back. And another chance for the Steelers. Taking on smaller opponents. Lioneers getting to the cup. Now the Steelers lead by 5. PLEAGUE again post up on the left block. This time Captain Liu putting up much more resistance. The fadeaway is going to be an air ball.
That's where Evan that time faded away, couldn't quite get to the paint to shoot a higher percentage shot. You like to see him get those touches in the post, but just unable to deliver. On the other end though, Jerry getting all the way to the glass again and just showing us his athleticism and his strength in that point guard position.
Looks like Kaohsiung is getting the main task, trailing Jeremy Lin. As Joby, quick move to the basket. He'll score on the baby hook. The timeout by the Lioneers will not exactly turn the tide. Toward the other side, Oscar. Out to Evan. He'll try from 3, in and out. A little trip in transition as Jeremy looks like he needs to catch his breath. He is, after all, on the experienced side of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of mileage in those legs, but that in and out crossover, all these moves he's had since day one are still pretty effective as he finds himself back on the stripe and a chance to increase this 7-point lead to 9.
A flurry of substitutions on the Lioneer side. As Oscar, I believe, will be getting his first break of the afternoon. Jeremy rattles in the first. He's had at least 5 assists and 6 rebounds in every game he's played in the Plus League. And only 1 game scoring less than 20 points. That was his second ever game here. But in Taichung, where the Dreamers got to play him on a second time in a row, and they really made a big adjustment, really taking his legs out of him by doubling him every pick and roll. He'll go to the bench as Jamarcus will get a stint on the floor. Hall passes and cuts. Trying to screen for Hall. Back to Tyler. He'll fire away. No. Trying to get matched up. Jeremy Tyler jumps the pass, but the ball thrown out of bounds. A little bit in a hurry was Tyler.
Yeah, that's what the Lioneers have seemed to, consistently lived with over the last couple seasons. They're willing to make those long passes. They want to get out and transition, try to find some easier points, especially right now when their half-court offense has been struggling to knock down shots.
Marcus back to Joby, more drive and kick. The ball stay out of bounds off the Lioneers. And just like that, Jeremy's going to come back in for the last about 16 seconds. So the Steelers only have 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to pick up a second foul after this switches out, but still having another offensive weapon in there to create in this last 7 seconds is what the Steelers are trying to create here.
After finally swapping everyone out, it's eventually a turnover on the pass. Tianhao beats the Steelers down the court. That's perhaps the worst result. Guarding him 60 feet from the basket. Captain Liu will beat the clock. Oh, man. So at least they get a 1-point advantage after all those substitutions.
Yeah, I think those 3 points has to go to everybody in the stands because the stands were counting down that game clock to end the first quarter, and Captain Liu put it in for him.
We'll be going to break with the rest of the action after this.
第二节结束前3分钟，要到我们的东出口找我们的工作人员报道，好吗？谢谢。那我手上呢还有一些海报要送给现场的雄青，想要的在哪里？有香港来的球迷是吗？香港来的，来，我给香港的球迷一张好吗？谢谢我们的香港球迷热情的支持。来，还有人帮我丢一下。这边的球迷朋友有人想要海报的吗？来一点尖叫声。Sorry。小心，小心，不好意思。好的，谢谢我们的球迷朋友。我送完了，等我一下。
Pre-game performance is outside the arena, and right before the Kaohsiung Athena performed when the lights were turned off. We're of course down here at Kaohsiung Fengshan Stadium in the suburb of Fengshan. The home Steelers taking a 10-point lead after being down as much as 8 points to start the game.
Yeah, it was a big turnaround. You got to credit the Steelers' defense and their ability just to get into the paint. We saw Jerry drive it in, Jeremy Lin drive it in, and then, you know, Captain Liu showing us that range there at the end to stretch this to a 10-point lead. On the other side, I think Lioneers just got to settle down. Their bread and butter is trying to get it into the paint as well with their imports, and so just slowing it down, trying to look at their inside game might help.
There's a slam by Wendell Lewis. Kind of snapping and popping around the steal attempts. More handoff game as Sawyer Kirk finds a lane over to Joby. Swats it away, and William Martino cleans up the mess. Quickly down the floor, Jeremy almost losing the handle. Now floating it up, but a errant pass. Don't know what happened there as the Lioneers try to close in on this 10-point deficit. How nice spin move in the left-handed finish.
Yeah, that's what Lioneers also do so well. Besides their imports getting touches down low, they're shifty. Their young guards get to the rim well.
Joby staying hot. He hits another jumper. More handoff game, but the Steelers don't really move much, and they have all their matchups they want. Now it's Tyler, quick spin move, but stop. He can't roll in the but goes to the other side and scores as the Steelers stop rebounding there. There you see Tyler trying to jump the steal as Lewis pops past another would-be steal attempt, and Jumihao again turning into a low-post menace for the Steeler wings. No good on the and-one attempt. Joby faking the shot as there's a loose ball foul. Leon trying to stick with Wendell Lewis. Looks like the Lioneers are trying to switch almost everything, especially with their wings, and the Steelers imports can find a foul or find better positioning down low. So Oscar will take number 5's place.
Yeah, has been a lot of switching, and that's what Lewis was asking for, as we see Captain Lou earn 2 free throws, but the timing of those inside and out passes after you get to switch a smaller guard onto one of the Steelers' posts is what the Steelers will have to talk about and try to get on the same page, because the opportunity is there.
If that is on Tyler, that will be his 3rd personal, according to the scoreboard here in the stadium. Chen Lu rolls in that first one. He's found his 3-point stroke recently, but the free throw shooting, of course, is always a little bit of an adventure. 4 points on the action this afternoon. Couldn't get a second one. Trying to save it in bounds as Joby pokes it away to the other side. It's Joby with the stuff.
Yeah, great pressure. We know the Lioneers can pressure a lot with their guards, but Jerry's showing us he's also capable of playing some great defense as he wreaks some havoc with his hands, poke that one away.
That time Tyler going to the cup, but is fouled. A little bit bumped off his spot. It'll be 2 fouls apiece on the quarter. Getting a look at Joby taking the ball from the right side to the left for giving it a emphatic finish. But a line drive free throw missed by Tyler. Now that both teams have missed, I could say they were perfect through about 10 free throws, the 2 teams combined. I'm glad, as a broadcaster, we're past that point.
Past that. The Lioneers shoot a rough, I believe, like 61% from the free throw line. Not one of the best in the league, so they're definitely happy with where they're at starting the game, knocking down most of their free throws.
Joby, but given space. Swipe attempt. It's called for a foul, and that's going to be trouble.
Yeah, when you're in foul trouble already, the last thing you need to do is try to reach in when Joby's trying to shoot that ball. So sort of hand in the cookie jar.
You throw on a technical foul as now Tyler has 5 personal fouls. And of course, the Lioneers trying to defend their guy, trying to make a case to the referees, but
he had his hands down waist level. So when you're in foul trouble, you got to do an extra job of just keeping those hands up so that their officials can't make any ticky-tack fouls. And Joby took it to the rim strong, just like you want. And the Steelers obviously knew he was in some foul trouble. So Smart play by this Steelers team to recognize who's in foul trouble and attack that person.
They just put on screen a Mouse, or Sun Siyao, who was, the last time these two teams played, was battling out with Jeremy Tyler. Did a pretty decent job. As a consultant for the Lioneers, Atyong, they call him, giving some advice to number 3 as Femi will make another free throw. And that makes it a 40-27 score with the Lioneers calling their second timeout on the game. We'll go to another break and back after this.
Fly away, fly away. 体中に広がるパノラマ。顔を蹴られた地球が怒って火山を爆発させる。溶けた氷の中に恐竜がいた。
把你们的双手借给艾恩。
The Plus League Facebook page is a couple of thousand likes away from the 100,000 mark. We're here in a matchup between the Lioneers versus the Steelers. Thank you for joining our broadcast here on the English side. See the highlights as the Steelers have built themselves up to a 13-point lead, with Olujobi getting the love from the producers. Already 18 points on the game. Doing it from all ranges, I think it must be said too, which is a huge benefit to the Steelers. Zambori will get a first hit on the floor, and so will fellow rookie Iboka, as there's a loose ball foul. William Martino going to seek out a former manager of his in Blackie, back when they were both with the Dreamers.
Yeah, Will Artino's really gonna have to step up now, carry the load rebounding-wise and scoring-wise in the point.
Nice move by Iboka, but he couldn't find the angle to score as the Lioneers poke it out of bounds. Oscar wants a replay.
I'm getting the feeling, though, that Oscar wants a replay most of the time the ball goes out of bounds.
Oh, I see.
It was a good strip. I don't know, it could have gone off a Steelers knee, but looked like it was last out on white.
Iboka snatches it out of the air, and here come the Lioneers. Martino stepping to the middle, could not get the touch. Just like that, the Steelers back on the floor for some offense. DeMarcus hit a buzzer beater last week against the Dreamers, but overshoots the cup that time with numbers. Zimboy out to Touring Hall, sets his feet, but no. Eventually the ball falls out of bounds as DeMarcus was trying to block out Iboka, those two having plenty of battles at the UBA level. And it looks like the Steelers will opt to challenge the out of bounds. So eventually, the Steelers issuing the first challenge of the game.
Yeah, Lioneers just still not connecting from those outside shots yet. And they have had success getting it into the lane. Some of those shots, the last one by Will Artino not falling, but expect them to still continue trying to get those high percentage shots in the paint. They're going to continue to run, fast break, but it's also going to be defensively. How are they going to try to stop this Steelers team who's really found their rhythm here late in the first quarter and second quarter, up to 40 points already. Steelers average 93 points a game, so we know that they're a team that's capable of putting up big numbers, and right now it's just been one of those days where the Steelers feel awful comfortable. We'll see if Lioneers could, in the past they've played a little bit of zone. We'll see what they look to try to get back in this game.
You, the audience, watching from home or wherever, get the benefit of participating simultaneously in this video replay, as Iboka, certainly the closest one and the one underneath it, but obviously falling awkwardly under Jamarcus. Oh, there's a few more swipes too. Well, the referees are still behind the monitor, but the Lioneers and the Steelers seem just about ready to go. On the floor for the Lioneers, Iboka, Artino, Zhurihao, Zhemboyu, and at least in the game previously, Oscar.
Yeah, it's a tough position because you're allowed to go up and try to grab that rebound, but at the same time, it's a basketball move to be low and boxing out as well. So, you know, both guys just fighting and working hard in different ways, trying to gain possession of this rebound here, as, you know, the contact almost doesn't happen until after the players have touched the ball up top.
And it'll stay with the Lioneers after all. And like you said, Jamarcus kind of backed into him, which kind of created the imbalance as he was in the air, Iboka was. But no foul for either gentleman. Out of the baseline with 14 seconds. Zhurihao, it's Zhemboyu. It's Iboka. Had a low post touch, but they'll pass out of the Lioneers, like stacked up everywhere. And Zhemboyu finding a little crevice of space and getting the two.
Not an easy shot. Really stopped, put on the brakes. Nice little shot fake, got the defense to jump up, and was able to put it in. Big basket that the Lioneers desperately needed.
Olujobi was free for a second. Now Iboka on him like white on rice. Out to Jeremy from a deep range. Yes! Maybe from 32 feet.
Yeah, when you give a shooter like Jeremy Lin that much space to match it up, all he has to do is put a little bit more legs into that shot and finding the bottom of the net, no problem.
He doubles Iboka, who forces it to the corner, but out of bounds. He's helped up by Olujobi, but his coach, on the other hand, not so happy with that effort. As he, Jeremy Lin continued to stretch out his range here on the hardwoods of Taiwan. Down to Olujobi, another quick hook. Called for a foul was Iboka, kind of getting under Olujobi.
Yeah, and that's the same move that Olujobi made against Tyler as well, just drawing that foul. So feels awful comfortable that he can get to that sweet spot in the middle of the lane, and he goes up with that little nice hook shot, jump shot, and he's been successful at knocking that one down or getting to the free throw line. So he's going to be able to add to his total of the day, which has gone really well so far for him.
Trying to add to his point total, leading the feud. Olujobi sinks the first one. He's got 19. Jeremy joins him with 10 points after that made three. There you see on the Steelers bench is Tank, who's maybe a little bit even more veteran than some of his younger teammates, but we haven't seen him very much in his second season with the Steelers. Iboka will head to the bench for Lee Jare, who's had his struggles in the first half as well. Steelers kind of up the ball pressure. The Lioneers get the switch. Oscar tries from 3. And not a smart foul by Junior Hall in transition. So from the 6-minute mark in the first quarter, and now in the 7-minute mark from the second quarter, the Steelers will be shooting more bonus free throws. Already 11 for 12 on the afternoon. A little bit funky flight path there. Jamarcus too strong.
Yeah, we know Jamarcus puts in the time still waiting. He knows he can add to this team. Defensively, he's been great here so far today. Didn't quite see his outside shot go down earlier from 3 in the corner. That time 1 and 2 free throws, but still adds a lot of energy. And knows the system well for this Steelers team. So he's playing some valuable minutes now, which are getting some of those other starters some good rest.
Looking for Artino, but he's forced out to the mid-range logo, forcing it up. And long rebound to the Lioneers. Oscar fighting through all of the defense and laying it in with the left hand.
Yeah, that's what he's so incredible at and why he's one of the leader of this team. Just making nothing out of something right there was Oscar.
Long rebound turns into a chance for the Lioneers as backdoor goes Evan. Nice find by Tien Hall.
Yeah, great find by Tien Hao, and Evan really desperately needed that basket. He had some tough shots not go in his first stint of the game, and for him to get an easy basket like that is good for his confidence as his team needs him to stay aggressive offensively.
So, you know, just puts it on target as somehow between Mouse and Artino, the ball bounces in. Oscar maneuvering right. Finding fellow third-year Tien Hall, who has that one batted away. 6 seconds left. Former high school mates at Songsan able to score on Sun Siyao.
Yeah, great shot off the pick and roll, and Oscar found just enough space to send that one through, and you definitely feel there's some extra sense of urgency for the Lioneers since he stepped on the court. A little bit more energetic as his squad.
This time Olujobi working from the right block and still gets the Lioneers to foul. Looks like it's going to be on Evan Jare, who you see kind of moving. Sometimes that scramble offense is really hard to guard, but at least from the early parts of the game, the Lioneers have not exactly, or maybe they're two on the same page. You see a lot of players stacked up on each other when passes are being made, and that spacing does not seem ideal. It's Olujobi back on the line, now 21 points.
Yeah, it hasn't been like a major breakdown for the Lioneers. It's just a bit of it is just that man-to-man defense when it comes down to it as well. And guys are driving, and those Lioneer players are getting their hands down low instead of up. And the referees have been calling those fouls on both sides so far here today.
They look for Femi Olujobi's personal high. It's 40 points against the Kings back on February 11th. Lewis will take his spot on the floor. Oscar working into space with the floater. Now he's up to 10 points.
Yeah, 7 points in the last couple minutes from Oscar. So he's trying to keep his team in the game with the Steelers just close to breaking this one open. Besides Oscar, no one really on the Lioneers finding a lot of rhythm on the offensive side.
Tien Hall not able to get the stop. Soyewe will get another floater chance. Do you think they drew that up?
I don't know. I'm trying to tell if Jerry's trying to lob those ones to teammates or if he's trying to lob them in. Either way, he's close to the basket and his team's getting 2 points, so he needs to try to just keep doing it.
Artino on the block. Spinning baseline, floating it up and in. Definitely a little tougher from that spot, but Artino seems to like the left post up. Little bounce pass back door right to the hands of Lee Cha-Rae. Little give and go as he can't finish over Captain Lou. And it turns into numbers for the Steelers. Over to Lewis, who gathers and finishes. No timeouts left for the Lioneers. They see their deficit in the game up to 14. Artino lines up a 3, no. And kind of unlucky, Little Lou will be called for this loose ball foul. Kaohsiung will check back in for the Lioneers as Jeremy Lin will check in for the Steelers. That might be the Lioneers, at least from the early goings of the game, the best defensive matchup for them against number 7. Tianhao, quick fire 3, so close. Down the other way, there's a offensive foul. Looks like Mouse, a little bit too much extra stuff while his teammates had an opening.
Yeah, there's definitely an opening there. Big mistake. Opportunity for 2 easy points in transition. Another assist coming from Jerry. But a little bit too much holding on the other side of the lane will limit that 2 points. So Steelers, they've worked hard. They've worked hard for this 14-point lead. They want to try to make sure they keep this at double digits going into halftime, just to keep this team that's playing on the road a little bit low in confidence going into the second half.
Now both imports in for the Steelers as Artino floats up a quick shot. Couldn't get it, neither can Kaohsiung, who's fighting hard, but now the Lioneers are low on numbers defensively. They rotated around. Tanyoe will try, but that one's rimmed out. Lioneers catch a little bit of a break. Now a free Kaohsiung. He's calm, but he eventually misses the shot. Lioneers have not shot that many free throws, but Lewis this time gets the 2-handed slam.
Yeah, Lewis recognizing early seal, able to get in there. Lioneers missing one of their main shot blockers because of foul trouble, and recognizing it's a good time to attack the glass and get those points in the paint.
Tianhao will try off 1 foot. Lioneers only 1 for 11 from 3. But the Steelers covered up as Kaohsiung there to poke the ball out of bounds, as Lewis would have had an easy 2.
Yeah, good hustle back by the Lioneers to stop another one of these dunk opportunities that could have taken place for the Steelers. And just not a whole lot of identity right now on offense for the Lioneers. Will Artino getting some good shots in the post, just unable to connect on that last possession he had the ball. And they're gonna need somebody to step up here.
Quick inbound play off the baseline is another Femi score. It was Iboka who was kind of falling asleep there. They set up their weave play. Chen trying to step through. He does find the space and gets the 2.
Yeah, had to work hard for it, but great move. That's what the shot fake can do. And a nice step through finger roll finish for him.
Oh, Joby maybe avoids a travel call there as the Steelers swing it around. Back to Jeremy Lin behind the back. Oscar, good defense. Beating the clock. Oh, Joby, the miracle man.
It's Obi Joby's game right now. 19-point lead. Even the prayers are going in. And he bails out Jeremy Lin late in the shot clock. Couldn't do the isolation move. But right now, number 0 for Red is having a day, folks.
Iboka run into a wall, but still gets it over Jeremy Lin for the really desperately needed points for the Lioneers as an errant pass. Oscar could maybe convert a 2-for-1 here. It's Artino. He got the score. And the Steelers take it within 24 seconds. Jeremy Lin calling his own number with a couple screeners ready. Going left, getting a little bit of space and coaching the foul out of Oscar, who did a decent job, but we'll see about that contact.
Yeah, Oscar kept with them 99% of the way, but when Jeremy Lin got to the basket, pulls on the brakes right here, driving left, a little bit of a fake. And Oscar had his hand in the candy jar, and referees could see that all day long.
He's talking it over with Tonyo Wei, 70 feet away from the action. As this time it's Jeremy Lin who's missing the close one. Well, in this season series, it's one of the more high-scoring affairs in the Plus League. Quick buzzer to get Zhongyuhao in for Hsinchu to increase the range.
Yeah, the Steelers are on their way to well surpass their average of 93 points per game that they've had this season. Right now, they'll have over 120 if they can replicate this in the second half. So the Lioneers really are going to have to change it up defensively.
The Heat paying a visit to our lead photographer, but it's going to be a miss, and we're headed to halftime with the Steelers up big against the Lioneers, trying to get another flip in the standings perhaps. We have these messages and our halftime analysis after this.
场的所有球迷朋友们，大家好，我是雄青福利社的福利社小姐姐小毒药，大家好。听到雄青福利社没有错，我们又要来送福利给大家啦。那到底有什么福利？要怎么参加抽奖呢？各位朋友们不要紧张，我们今天带来的礼物也非常的好。首先拿出你们的手机，对准前后2个大大的 QR code， 把17直播下载下来，完成注册之后，进入我们的雄青福利社的直播间。我们等一下抽奖活动都在我们直播间里面进行哦。好，那你们一定很好奇，今天到底有什么大奖要送给大家呢？废话不多说，马上跟大家公布一下。要去上厕所的，要记得手机打开参加我们的抽奖哦。首先公布今天的第一个大奖，就是我们5000元的奖金，让你们送回家，让你们带回家。所以各位朋友们，赶快手机扫描 QR code 下载17直播，完成注册就可以抽奖。再来，今天的第2个奖项是什么呢？是我们的签名应援毛巾。来给大家看一下，什么是应援毛巾呢？是我们球员签名的应援毛巾，是我们志伟的签名。我们在中间这边，大家应该看得到，上面有我们球员亲手的签名。所以有喜欢的话，千万不要错过啦！你们会买得到毛巾，可是你们不一定可以拿得到球员亲笔的签名哦。好，再来第3个好礼，就是我们白色的钢铁人 T 恤，非常的好看。刚刚在场边已经有介绍过了，不管是男生或女生抽到这个礼物都会很好看，大家都可以穿。所以3个奖品都已经跟大家介绍了。那我们今天到底要怎么玩呢？就是在我们的直播间刷关键字。那我们今天的关键字是什么？邀请我们的买家跟大家公布一下啦。
好的，今天呢，听说我们的关键字也是非常的简单。我们等一下呢，有5位的中场游戏参赛者，编号1号到5号。现场球迷朋友可以先预测谁会拿到冠军，谁会获得这个比赛的胜利。我们的关键字呢，就是1号到5号，任选一个号码，猜一个号码，然后你什么区、什么牌、什么号，好不好？关键字就是这么简单，1到5号任一个数字，加上什么区、什么牌、什么号。
没错，谢谢买家帮我们公布关键字，再跟大家讲一次哦，什么号，再加上你的座位，什么区、什么牌、什么号，你千万不要留到你隔壁的朋友，不然奖品就是隔壁的朋友带走喽。好，没有关系，有人跟我说刷关键字可能来不及，没有关系，我们把手机打横，小额储值33块钱，手机打横在直播间上面可以看到有2个投票的选项。
Welcome inside of Fengshan Stadium in Kaohsiung, where the Kaohsiung 17 Live Steelers have played a very solid half of basketball. And the Hsinchu Jeko Lioneers, I looked it up, Kirk, despite being down 16 at half, they're actually really just -6 in about 9.5 minutes since Jeremy Tyler was called for his 4th foul and the technical foul, which would have been his 5th. There we see the combined team statistics where the biggest thing that stands out to me is the Lioneers were 8 for 18 shooting the 3 in the Kings game last Sunday, but in this game, kind of a return to mean, only 1 for 13 there. On the other side, it's Olujobi and now Wendell Lewis kind of having whatever they want in the Lioneers interior.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Ryan, and just not enough from other guys stepping up. We know one-on-one, Will Artino can do well. We know that Oscar can break his man down one-on-one, but when that double team comes, which the Steelers are sending those double teams, other guys got to step up and continue to be aggressive and efficient. So whether that's Evan and him getting his game going, or anybody else, those role players need to step up and give some big minutes so that they can climb back into this game.
Indeed, Oscar Galvahal is leading the team with 13 points, but besides his creation, and on the occasion, Zhuang Hao, they don't really see anything else going for them. But meanwhile, on the Steelers side, to keep on hyping up Jeremy Lin, and he does have 11 points and a very sneaky 6 assists on the game, but I think he's also benefiting from having Toyoe back there who can find his teammates for easy looks too.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin's definitely getting a lot of help from his teammates today. Captain Lou knocking down some shots, going to the free throw line, and several other players just ready to fill their role, especially Jerry getting into the lane and creating with those passes, like you said, and knocking down some layups as well.
One also element that can't be ignored is the rebounding advantage that the Steelers have had on the game. We'll be going to another break and leading scorers after this.
Hsinchu 往前骑，我们的篮球呢？来，篮球来运往中间，哦，往那个17宝宝那个大大的白色的那个，来往前走，来往这边，来没有关系，来加油，非常好，来再往前一点，加油，最后了，非常棒。好的，计时停止。好的，感谢我们1号的小朋友，来可以去找你的妈妈一下哈，篮球交给我就可以了。来去找妈妈休息一下哦。来，我们第2位的参赛者，请准备。来，准备好了吗，小朋友？第2位的参赛者，来，现场的雄亲们热情一点，倒数3、2、1，出发！好，妹妹要看路哦，要看路哈。
滑得很顺哦。
妹妹平常脚踏车操纵的非常的顺利，来再往前一点哈，好往前，来跟这个姐姐换篮球，来车子停这边就可以了哈，来我们帮你踏车，来运球往那边去，走，我们走，来往这边，妹妹往这里，叔叔带你不要走冤枉路哈，来这边，加油！ 加油，非常好。好，没有关系，你可以偷偷抱着球，我是看不到的哈。好的 ，OK， 计时停止。来，感谢我们这位小朋友，可以去找你的爸爸妈妈休息一下哈。来，球给我就好。来，往前走去找你的爸爸妈妈休息一下。来，第3位小朋友准备好了吗？准备好，来计时，3、2、1，请开始。
小熊请加油！
来，弟弟，展现一下技术哦。今天穿着我们梳好的球衣，非常的帅气。好的，我们非常的稳定。好，弟弟再往前一点，跟这个漂亮的姐姐换篮球，用车子换篮球。好，来，叔叔帮你踏车，来，可以拿球了。来，拿着篮球。好，我来往中间运哈。来，往这边运球，来出发。运球，拍。对 ，Go Go Go， 来。
加油，王姐！
加油！我们踩到中场的 logo 就可以暂停计时哈。加油，剩最后的1公尺。好，计时暂停。好的，来弟弟可以了，来球给我，可以去找爸爸妈妈休息一下哈。来，我们的家长认领一下好吗？来，我们第4位参赛者准备好了吗？准备好了，雄青热情一点，来倒数3、2、1，开始。
A little halftime activity on the hardwood on the floor here at Fengshan Stadium, where the theme is 大小雄青一同年. Little Children's Day festivities out there as Oscar Gogglehall leads the Lioneers in scoring, followed by Willem Martino's 10. Song Zhen getting his first ever Plus League start with 6, and Jeremy Tyler with 5. One thing I noticed is that the Lioneers against the Steelers need their imports to score. They get about 47 points per game, and 15 points right now is a long way off from their target if they want to get back into this game and have a chance in the end.
Yeah, I mean, Will Artino's definitely missed some shots he'd like to have back. He's had to work hard, but having your second import in foul trouble does not help out, and so we'll see how effective he can be in the second half when he comes back, because playing in foul trouble, it can be tough and it can be a challenge.
Olujobi leading the entire field with 27 points. After him is Jeremy Lin's 11 points. It's Wendell Lewis with 8, Chen Yongwei getting the start with 7, and Sun Xiao with a couple lucky opportunities or intentional opportunities, also getting 4 points. It's definitely one of those games that is a feel that the Steelers going to get scoring from every single spot on the floor from any single player.
Yeah, everyone's keeping their foot on the gas pedal for the Steelers, playing with a lot of confidence. The first few minutes, it looked otherwise, but once they found their rhythm for the game, they just haven't pushed back scoring in a lot of ways. But Olujobi has really done it all with 2 points, field goals. He has 10 points. He has 8 points from the free throw line, and he's hit 3 3-pointers. So he's really doing it from all places on the court and having a terrific day.
Now, it's all about defense, and the Steelers are defended best by the Lioneers at 87.7 points per game on the season. And a reminder to you, the fans, to scan the QR code and join the Plus League official line account, where you can participate in the popularity contest, which I'm sure if people are sick of the Braves winning 2 championships, they're probably detractors, shall we say, who don't want to see Beast win it for a 3rd time in a row. Well, you might have some interesting competition now that Jeremy Lin's part of the league, but you will have to make the determining vote. First round is ongoing, and be sure to participate in that. We got about 3 minutes left to the start of the second half, so take one last break before we jump back into the action.
我们的冠军呢就是我们最后一位。好，我们前面4位都可以先回座休息。好，我们来颁发我们的冠军，来最后一位，来我们前4位可以回座休息哈，谢谢。
所以今天最快的是我们的5号小雄青，各位直播间的朋友不要再刷4号了，我们最快的得主是我们5号的小雄青，对吧？
对，没错，刚刚就是5号获胜。
OK， 好，我们感谢买家，我们现在要马上来抽今天的大奖了，我们倒数5秒钟，5、4、3、2、1， 时间到。
好，把时间交给我们小毒药。
谢谢买家。好的，我们工作人员目前正在截图今天前3名，到底是谁获得今天的大奖呢？5号加你的座位。如果你还想要抽林书豪的 T 恤的话，手机赶快打横上面投票，小额储值33块，就可以继续参加我们等一下就公布的奖金。另外还有一个很重要的讯息要跟大家分享，4月11号晚上8点钟，林书豪还有其他3位球员会在我们17直播线上跟大家开聊。我们在17直播里面也会抽奖林书豪的签名球衣，所以各位朋友们赶快把球员都追踪起来。我们明天下个礼拜2晚上8点钟会在17直播上面开 party。如果没有机会现场跟球员聊天的话，欢迎上17直播追踪我们的球员，就有机会在线上直播间你问我答，球员都会回复你们。好，我们要来公布今天的3位得奖，对不对？来，好，来先给大家看一下第1个跟第2个得奖者。第1位得奖者是Rise Time， 在5号2楼钢铁之魂区绿4区1排2号，恭喜你获得5000元的奖金。再来，第2位朋友抽到我们的应援毛巾是XUAN 下底线1216，你坐在5号，你坐在2楼钢铁之区黄7区4排12号。好，第3个得奖马上就公布了。好，第3位得奖者是 Andy 2002 Andy 0，你坐在3楼钢铁意志区红5区9排3号。恭喜5号以上3位的得奖者，请赶快到东出口，赶快到东出口，今天一定要把奖品带走，不然就不要明天充公喽。好，马上，好，我们要来倒数投票了，对不对？还有没有人要投票的？给你们倒数10秒钟，好吗？倒数10秒钟，我们就要结束投票喽。5、4、3、2。
Just about 30 seconds before the start of the second half here. All 6 teams in the Plus League still with a prayer at making the playoffs. The Lioneers were 2-11 before their last game where they were victorious over the Kings, so they've seen their spot in the standings fall. Meanwhile, on the Steelers side, they came up with the hashtag of Tong Lin Kaisu, and they are now 7-4 after Jeremy Lin joining the team. Of course, with 2 games, him sitting out with stomach flu. But that would be good enough for 3rd place in the league behind the Kings 9-3 and the Braves 8-3. Of course, at any moment, a team could start their own run, and at least that's what I would think every coach and every management team is trying to tell their players.
Yeah, I'd agree, Ryan. I mean, definitely teams at the top, you know, the Kings and the Braves, but even those top teams know they have to come and play each and every day against any squad or they could get beat. It's a competitive league and a lot of great players that can put on great individual displays and help their team win games. So it's going to be interesting down the stretch to see if we can have any more of those standing changes.
It's the starters for the Lioneers with Tyler getting a quick shot, but it's short. As Joby crosses up Artino. And here they go on the break. A little bounce pass down to Lewis. He'll try the right hook. It's also too strong. Quick start for both teams as a little kick ball will stop the clock and slow us down. What adjustments the Lioneers will make on the offensive side as Chen clutches in the air and another tip by Tyler, almost swirling in the cup. The Lioneers get another chance on the out-of-bounds rebound.
Yeah, great hustle play by Leon, who had some nice baskets in the first half, also did some great defensive job, especially to start the game against Jeremy Lin. So we'll see if he can give them a boost defensively, offensively.
Not in his range So it's back to Oscar with a second left. He floats it on target. Just an easy rebound for Olujobi. But Jeremy, one man to beat, avoids the defense and leaves it behind for Lewis. So definitely point that the Lioneers are missing big time is number 11, Kaohsiung, their forward, who's a candidate for most improved player from season 2 to season 3.
Yeah, they're missing his energy out there. Another guy, Chu Yun Hao, just can score the ball for them. Also averages almost 4 assists. Needs to get going.
Bad hustle by the Lioneers as Coach Greg having to call a timeout a minute and a half into the second half. Well, let's see if they can finally get an adjustment going as we will go to our first break of the second half.
各位雄青到我们的澎湖参加花火节的盛典。来，我们的球迷朋友，我们苏豪的铁粉，好，被我们的镜头拍到了哦，非常明显的不知道，来比出爱心标准手势，感谢你们。好，我们的下一位球迷朋友，来手在头上比爱心，谢谢。 哦，这个是先预防性比出来的，非常好，专业的球迷就是这个样子。感谢你们的配合，好，我们的小朋友一起吗？来，手放在头上，哦，感谢你们支持高雄17直播钢铁人。感谢我们现场所有雄青的配合，记得掌握我们的假期时间，到我们的澎湖欣赏我们的花火节盛典。
The thing to do now is to bring in some handmade posters, maybe catch the attention of Jeremy Lin. He's playing in Taiwan, the place of his parents' ancestry. As the Steelers now with a 20-point lead over the Lioneers, who making the sub to get Evan in for Jeremy Tyler.
Got to give credit to this Steelers defense who's putting the clamps down on the Lioneers. It's not really doing it by getting steals or having the Lioneers have too many turnovers, as we see a pass get deflected and almost go in there. But just Lioneers struggling to make those shots that they're getting right now.
Keeping the difficulty really high. Olujobi with another turnaround jump shot made.
He's been really the difference. Olujobi just able to make shots from anywhere on the court today. Turnaround jumpers, three-pointers, layups in transition or attacking the basket.
Oscar will bury that free throw line two-point jumper.
And we know the Steelers understand how Oscar's really a player. We saw him in the first half get 7 points in just a matter of a few possessions. So Lioneers definitely need him to be aggressive, but he's going to need help here in the second half.
Little handoff as Lewis. He gets another score to his name. And right now, you're getting the feeling that the Lioneers aren't helping off of anybody and playing team defense, and that's leaving a lot of openings, maybe one pass away, as Hsinchu coaxes a foul out of Wang Lixiang. As hard as Wang Lixiang plays, he is a very easy foul target, as we see Olujobi going to work on the right block. And just like that, Lee Jia-rui will head to the bench for Iboka. Hsinchu makes the first free throw, bringing his point total to 5 points on the game. He's getting the start at his 19th of the season, and he would average 31 minutes played and 9 points per game, but hampered a lot by various injuries as Artino steps in front of that pass. There's Hsinchu again going to work. The 22-footer, he got it.
Yeah, good catch and shoot. Defense sack, he went for it right away.
A missed dunk, quite dramatic, but leads to Oscar starting to break for the Lioneers. Artino with one mind to go to the basket. He's going to get the and one with the left hand.
Yeah, Will Artino loves to spin, and when he shoots that hook shot at the top of his release there with the left hand, it's almost impossible to block. And just great one-on-one move we see from Will Artino. And the double team never came that time. The Steelers in the first half would send that double team person pretty quickly and often when Will Artino had the ball, but against the one-on-one, Will Artino able to get the basket.
Yeah, you would think the double should come from the baseline. And, oh, Joby could not beat Iboka. He's having a little rough time bringing the ball up the half court. Now he gets to a handler. Pick and roll with Song Yu-shin, who's fouled, and he will have a chance for some extra credit. Showing a lot of life, Song Yu-shin.
A lot of life, and his team needs that. His team down by 14, they need this energy to get back into the game. And also got to credit, though, the defensive end. The inside players of Boca, Will Artino, really shutting down the paint the last couple minutes, getting some nice steals inside that are leading to these Lioneer baskets on the other end.
First foul for Olu Joby as Captain Lu will check into the game. But first, it's the Steelers who call timeout, want to get a little reset on the game. The last time these two teams played was on March 11th here in Fongsan for the Lioneers' 85-76 victory. Of course, the caveat to that game was the Steelers just played the night before at 5 p.m. and defeated the Braves before taking on the Lioneers at 2:30 the day after. Well, in the Lioneers' 3 victories after the Lunar New Year's, their three-point shooting has been above average, though their attempts have been on the rather modest side, and their paint scoring has maintained high. They're on the second column to the right, but their points allowed in the paint has also been relatively consistent at 42 in every single game. So right now, the personnel seems to be like a puzzle for the Lioneer staff to try to figure out.
Yeah, definitely, you're right. I think Iboka coming in here in the last couple minutes can help with that and just stopping those points in the paint. Another tall, strong body. Will Artino also needing to continue to step up to stop those points in the paint. That's where the Steelers were able to have a lot of success in the first half. They did score some three-point baskets as well, but the fast break points and driving to the basket, you didn't feel really like the Lioneers had that tall, defensive-minded presence in the paint. So we'll see if they can switch that attitude around here in the second half to slow down this Steelers offense.
I mean, there's caveats everywhere because that was also Jeremy Tyler's debut game in the Plus League on March 11th. Well, Artino was the one who stood out with 22 points. 28 rebounds was his personal high in rebounds. And it was, funny enough, also the last game of the season, at least for the Steelers, for Vyacheslav Kratsov, the Ukrainian center, who was dealing with a lot of injuries down the stretch, and that's why the Steelers choosing to bring in Wendell Lewis, as we have a foul in the perimeter. The first by the Lioneers, as Song Yu-shin is trying to stick real tight to Jeremy Lin. Crossing over right, and a step back on the way, no. There's a little bit of fire to that matchup. We'll see as Artino kind of crashes into a turnover.
Yeah, I would say, you know, Leon has been the one who's been really excited today with that Jeremy Lin matchup, taking a lot of pride on the defensive end, and he's sort of taking that energy to the offensive side to kickstart his shot-making ability also.
Captain Lu back to Joby. He'll try from the elbow extended, but a ball.
Yeah, rare miss, from Olive Joby. And off the dribble, he can make that shot, but definitely a little bit harder to make. And so you gotta give credit to Iboka there for playing tough individual defense.
Artino started on the right side, then went all the way to the left. Trying to go with that stronger left hand of his. As Jeremy out to Lewis, trying a long-range shot for himself.
I think Lewis could have kept in 1 or 2 more steps, gotten an even closer shot to the basket that time with Jeremy Lin creating that pass.
Blocked by Olujobi against Iboka. As here come the Steelers, Captain Lou overshoots the 3. Lacking a body, the Steelers will get another chance. Jeremy spinning one way, getting the shot up. It had a chance. Oscar was the one defending it. Sonyu Chen overshoots the layup and he blows it. Kind of sloppy basketball now as a little touch passing leaves Femi Olujobi with the easy one-handed dunk.
Yeah, the Steelers haven't had a whole lot of momentum this second half, so these fast break opportunities haven't been producing points. On that time, it was definitely important for them to try to see that ball go through the basket, and none other than Olujobi able to get it down for him.
With 8 seconds left, Hall will try the step-up shot. The miss turns into Jeremy Lin going the other way. And a curious and one as the referees gonna have a little conference now with Lewis and Artino kind of tied up there.
Yeah, they're gonna call a foul on Lewis. I believe they're counting the basket. The basket was pretty much simultaneous with the call. But there will be a foul call for Lewis, who's trying to create that space for Jeremy Lin's shot.
Lioneers bench was a little bit hot, and by looking over, it looks like the referee's giving a little bit of a warning, but it's now 4 team fouls for the Steelers. Only 1 for the Lioneers as the Boca swings it around. Air ball by Hall.
Yeah, the Lioneers could really enjoy some shots from Chu Yun-hao to go down. He could be one of those guys who gives them a big boost offensively with his three-point shooting and playmaking ability, but so far today has not found his range from anywhere on the court.
Catch and shoot opportunity missed by Olujobi, who's pulled off quite a bit. Still has 33 points on the game as Iboka blocked before, not to be denied this time with a right-handed hook.
Yeah, that's big from Chu Yun-hao too, because we know as we see Jeremy Lin shoot a tough shot, we know that Chu Yun-hao, besides just scoring, he also has above 3 assists per game. So if he can help his team that way too, that would be big.
Lioneers calling another timeout as they were making some inroads before, but have now seen the deficit now back up to 17 points. As you see Hall trying to stick with Jeremy Lin, but not enough to throw number 7 off his shot, as Iboka probably going with some familiar moves from college. That push shot or jump shot from about 10 to 12 feet is his bread and butter. As we listen into the Lioneers timeout. We're more than halfway through the third quarter, and the Steelers right now sitting at 14 points, having scored 30 in the first and 32 in the second quarter. So by pace, the Lioneers are doing a much better defensive job. But just in that last stretch, Coach Greg and the staff saw something that they needed to stop right away and get to the team about.
Yeah, the Steelers have been able to score on that fast break, so it is important the Lioneers continue to hustle back after a turnover or a missed shot. but the Steelers have also had success in the half-court shot or play. So making sure that you stay on Jeremy Lin, but you also don't let Olive Joby get any easy looks at the basket has been a key for this third quarter, and trying to make a run back into it, as those two Steelers in particular have been having an efficient day.
Zheng will throw it into Kaohsiung. Zheng might be a rookie, but he is 26-year-old. So even older than Oscar, Kaohsiung, and Chen, both are 24. Zheng trying to get to the basket, but eventually a foul call. Probably going to be on the help defender. Another look at Zheng as Jeremy Lin also increasing his block numbers now that he's joined the Plus League, but it's going to be a foul on the floor by Captain Liu. So we could say Captain Liu took a block away from Jeremy. That's what we're going to go with.
There you go.
After a made one, a made second for Zheng. Jeremy Lin now on the bench actually has been alternating the week MVP with Brandon Gilbeck for 4 consecutive weeks. The center from the Dreamers now screens as he's called for an illegal screen, twisting around at the wrong time.
That's how Captain Liu, especially last season, I remember him getting so many baskets coming off those screens and being able to trigger right away. But if that screen's not set properly, happens right in front of the referees there on the wing, and easy call for them if the defenders or the screen setter's still moving.
To Zheng or Joker. Thought he had contact, but throws it off the front iron. Nobody stops Olu Joby until now. The Captain Liu's catch and shoot. He got it.
No screen that time, but no problem for Captain Liu as he hits another big jumper just to extend and keep this Lioneers run at bay.
Artino to his weaker right side will get the roll.
Now Will Artino working hard, knows he has the advantage, the quickness and the strength there. He gets it nice and close to the basket, leaving no chance for that one to roll out.
A horn set for Tonio way to maneuver. As Olu Joby goes on the attack. Just want to see how the overarching little push shot there, which he's famous for, whether he pushes it or whether it's a jump shot, as a big ricochet leads to more Steelers numbers. Now Kerry is really intentionally not trying to show up Jeremy Lin by increasing his field goal attempts and helping his teammates' rebounding numbers there. As the Steelers now up to 81 points. Down to Artino. With 2.5 to go, behind the back. Oscar saving it in bounds, but with only 3 seconds left, he flings it from 3.
Yeah, not a high quality shot there. Oscar had him leaning to the side to get that one off.
Here's a brick by Jamarcus, who's playing in front of his mother for the first time in a long time. Welcome to Missy Kinney to Taiwan. Jerry chasing Oscar as he picks up the dribble to Zheng. A little bit of a car accident will mean more Lioneers free throws. Well, they have been better at the line, 10 for 13. At least on the quarter, the Lioneers defending with very few fouls, and the Steelers can't say the same for them. They've sent the Lioneers to the line for 6, now 7 free throws, and an 8 coming up.
Yeah, some of that could be better Steeler defense. Some of that just the mentality, I think, also, Ryan, that, you know, the Lioneers probably came out at halftime saying, hey, we got to be more aggressive. we need to get to the basket. We need to make things happen. And, you know, they definitely have picked up the energy here in this third quarter. Whether it'll be enough or not to make a run and creep back into this game, time will tell. But the Lioneers are a better team when they're attacking the basket and trying to turn those corners and get into the paint.
A little number 7 on number 7 action at Zembour. Right now having a little bit of a tough time keeping up with Jeremy. Olujobi avoids the steal and he feeds it to Lewis for another two-handed hammer finish.
Yeah, great recognition. That time they double-teamed Jeremy Lin on the pick and roll. He's able to get the ball out safely, and then it's just like a 2-on-3 game. Olujobi does a great job attacking and setting up his teammate for the final slam.
Tianhao still shy to shoot. Now in a little two-man game with Tyler. Jump order to Leon. Another deep shot. He buries it.
Foot on the line, but Leon just continues to be that man. He's not shying away from the moment or letting it be deflated.
There's a fancy finger roll finish from Jeremy Lin with a bonus coming up.
Jeremy Lin, so many moves, so I'm not trying to ask for this task myself, but you know he likes to go right, so you cannot just allow him to get down the court and see that easy of a shot. It's just going to go in too often as he takes the contact and still finishes.
It looked like he was inviting the higher degree of difficulty shot.
Yeah, he's able to, he practices that layup for sure. He knows how to balance that ball on his right hand and create. He knew the contact was coming, and that's what a skilled and a professional player like Jeremy Lin's able to do.
He helps off of Tianhao, who's got a step, and he drops it in from the corner. Olujobi will pull it out with about a 10-second difference. Jeremy slicing through. We'll have to get it from the free throw line, but caught the Lioneers off guard there.
Yeah, it's tough to deny a guy 40 feet from the basket, which the Lioneers are trying to do. So you could tell during that possession, Jeremy Lin looked over at Olujobi with the ball and sort of gave him the head nod like, hey, I'm going to go back door. And that just speaks to the chemistry that these guys have been able to build quite quickly just to work together. And a big reason why they've won 7 out of the last 11 games is because they just have that chemistry already.
Made first. He's got 19 points, 8 of 9 to shooting. And there's a lot of discussion on the forums and in the comments section as well, how in the month of March, Jeremy was a plus 200 shooter, that being more than 50% from 2 primarily, and if you're better than 40% from 3, which he was 50%, and you throw in 90% free throw shooting.
Some impressive stats.
They blitz Tianhao as Jeremy getting Artino off his spot. The clock will expire in 88-68, heading into the 4th and final frame of this one. Last 12 minutes coming up after this.
再次尖叫声给我们的钢铁女神雅典娜，谢谢她们。好的，现场邀请我们的太鼓达人 Tony 带领我们的雄青们，雄青拿起折扇，我们一起来击鼓。雄青们，再加上你点你的尖叫！感谢雄青们的配合，谢谢。
Perhaps the most anticipated player at the UBA competition, Alasang, who's at the Taiwan Art University or Taipei Dashi in Banqiao, leading the entire field in every statistical category. No, more or less points, rebounds, and blocks. Watching the game as Jeremy Lin fancy, but couldn't get the finish as the Steelers get a little reset. Shot fake to the floater, and one. Catching his breath on the floor, Jeremy Lin will have a chance to enjoy some of the applause, sending Jeremy Tyler to the bench with his 6th foul. Out for the rest of the game as he closed in. Could have been a little bit smarter by going off to the side.
Yeah, tough day for Jeremy Tyler. Not what he had in mind, traveling down south to Kaohsiung to face the Steelers. Definitely wanted to be able to impact this game more than he's been able to. But sometimes that's just how it goes, and he'll move on. He knows his team's still in a good spot moving forward. He'll stay positive, and he'll hope that in this last 11 and a half minutes, his team can show some life and make this one somewhat competitive and respectable.
They send the double from the baseline, and again, they eventually get the foul. It's going to be on Lewis for being a little bit too animated with the defense. He has 4 personal.
Not easy though. Definitely good foul call by the referee, and the Steelers making sure that Will Artino has to give every ounce of effort when he catches that ball in the post. He has at least 2, sometimes 3 red shirts surrounding him.
But Artino only about a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Too strong with that one. But he makes the adjustment. Well, forward set with Weber up top. Jeremy switching hands, floating in the air, and could not get the finish. As Artino stumbling and bumbling. Oscar for switch 3.
Oscar hasn't had a look like that one in a while, and gets this down under 20 again. But it's going to be up to these Lioneer guards how they can stop just the penetration that Jeremy Lin's able to have with the ball in his hands. He's creating a lot for his team. He'll get a break now, but Jerry, also one of those guards from the Steelers who's just been able to drive into the lane a lot today and have their way and create for this Steelers offense.
Only the second made 3 on the game for the Steelers. And that last one, Oscar Gogwahal. Tianhao, Evan, and Oscar on a side as Evan flinging it off the window for 2. Unconventional, but now Tianhao has got himself 6 points. Captain Liu trying to get it back. He does. A little bit more conventionally there.
Yeah, Captain Liu, he's a special shooter because he can do it off the dribble, but he also can do it catch and shoot. and has that high release and able to get it off with a defender in his face that time with no problem.
Nice pass by Oscar as Kaohsiung crashed into Evan. Will be another foul, and free throws coming up.
Now, this is just the mismatch Evan can have, you know, in the pick and roll game, but also the help side was just a guard much smaller than him, so he's able to keep that ball high and earn 2 free throws at the line.
Jare missing the first as he overshoots it. Mentioned he came on very strong in the Lioneers last game. Had 6 points and 9 rebounds in just the 4th quarter. You throw in that emphatic dunk to really put an exclamation mark on it. Jerry with 1 man to beat as Artino comes in to help. Hall didn't even look at the basket as Oscar trying to go to work. They swing it around, already hit 1. Could not get the second. Poked away pass again. The Steelers have had some troubles with those entry passes. Chen. Another lay-in forces the Steelers to call timeout with just over 9 minutes to go in the ball game. We have our last break before the rest of the action here in game 94. Double-sided Plus League bucket hats on the Plus League store, PLeagueofficial.com/shop. As we're looking outside of Fengshan Stadium previously, where the broadcasters came in the morning and got things set up. But Kirk, you were standing out there. It was quite a crowd waiting to get into the game, having lots of options for takeaway food.
Yeah, some entertainment and food and just a lot of life outside the stadium. A lot of that life's been brought into the stadium, even with a big lead for the home team. They're sitting in their seats and they're enjoying this one and seeing the Steelers just continue to try to catch up on some of these teams ahead of them in the standings. Just being hopeful that a playoff spot could still possibly be in their future.
You know, looking across for the tiebreakers across the league, the Steelers actually still have a chance against the Pilots, who they are 3 wins and 3 losses against. Meanwhile, against the Dreamers, they're 3 and 4, so they can only get a tie, but their point differential is only -5. So with a win of more than 5 points, they'll actually have the tiebreaker against the Dreamers. Jerry, through contact with 2 hands, gets the lay-in.
Yeah, he's just a fierce competitor. Jerry, a couple minutes ago, drives to the basket, sort of gets blocked, but right back out there, and he's still continuing to be aggressive and finds himself a well-earned 2 points there.
Evan to Oscar to Tianhao, probably got away with a travel there as Chen continues to take advantage of his playing time, this time from a little closer. 2 points just the same.
Yeah, and when you think of Chen and what he's been able to do defensively, just as we see here, have been all over Jeremy Lin, making Jeremy Lin earn these baskets he's had.
A tough layup forced by the Steelers as Chen down on the hardwood. Finally up to help himself as Tianhao takes that foul. Kind of tied up there with Jeremy Lin on that previous trip.
Hard to tell. It might have been a bump in the knee to the calf against Jeremy Lin. It could be a cramp as he's worked hard today, as we see Jerry's replay here on the board, him driving left hand, finishing with the right.
He heads off on his own power, but with pretty obvious limp. For the first time, it's Jeremy Lin on the post-up, trying to take on Oscar. Tough fadeaway, rims out. The Lioneers' biggest turnaround victory on the third season was actually 9 points against the Steelers back on March 11th. As Artino steps through and he gets 2 points. Don't look now, but the lead is only 12 points as Jeremy Lin, another miss.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of shots that he likes. Mid-range jumpers, we know he can knock those down. He's played hard today. Those legs just not quite getting it. That shot matched up. Where on the other end, really finding life now. Behind Artino and Oscar, just a 10-point game.
Lewis will hand off to Jerry. He drops in the floater. Kind of quelling the run just a little bit.
Yeah, much needed basket for the Steelers just to try to stop this momentum the Lioneers have been picking up. Still have leading scorer Olu Joby on the bench for the Steelers to see if he might come back in soon. Just to stop some of this bleeding and try to control the last 6 minutes or so.
The hot hand belongs to Kaohsiung as now he has 22 points. One behind Jeremy, who's put him behind his back on that pick and roll. Now a chance to bring it with the single digits, excuse me. Doing it guarded by Weber. Trying to squeeze baseline. Not able to get the finish as William Martino on his way down. Puts it on target, but off as everybody jumps out of the way of Jerry.
Yeah, Will Artino not happy with a no call on the other side. Not able to help his team in transition defense, and Jerry gets another 2 easy points on the quarter.
Makes it 99-87, a lead for the Steelers that they have seen shrunk in this fourth quarter as the Lioneers quickly racing out to 19 points on the quarter. With 5.5 minutes to go, it's still possible.
Yeah, definitely still possible, Ryan. And you know, when you get that 20-point plus lead like the Steelers did, it can be just human nature to relax a little bit. And when that happens, you know, or when that happened today, the Lioneers really caught their confidence back and just slowly crept back in it. And, you know, now you got to work a little bit harder if you're the Steelers to make sure you don't throw away a game which you've controlled since tip-off.
There we see previously Chen or Leon kind of taking an awkward stumble. They're kind of tied up with Jeremy before. But he's on the bench, got his t-shirt on. Don't presume he will come back into the game, but has put in a solid effort, certainly on the offensive end for 17 points. And it must be working defensively too, because he is +9 on the Lioneer side. The highest mark for anyone wearing white this afternoon.
You know, and he started on Jeremy Lin to start the game, and those first few minutes, he didn't let Jeremy Lin get any rhythm. And Jeremy Lin didn't really get rhythm until that second rotation when he you know, he came out. And so you do have to applaud his effort today, and very efficient game offensively, and poured out a lot of energy and effort on the other side of the court as well.
Baseline out of bounds for the Lioneers, full court. As Oscar taking the crash and dropping it in anyways.
Man, there's not too many shots that Oscar cannot make. Flying left, flying right, flipping it up. What an acrobatic move.
Now on defense, a step behind Jeremy Lin, who leaves it for Wendell Lewis. And again, no help on that backside.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin did a great job recognizing he had his man beat, but the help side defense was coming. Was able to toss that to his open man just in time for an easy basket.
Martino trying the face-up game. Dropping it for Evan. I think he had the dunk on his mind. As eventually the loose ball will lead to a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Wendell Lewis sort of grabbed the rebound, but tried to just tip it to the Steelers, so it wasn't full possession. As we see the replay of Oscar's amazing left-handed floater finish off the glass.
And another illegal screen. This time it looks like Captain Lou wasn't all the way set.
Yeah, the Steelers have set, and those have been an effective weapon for them today, setting those high screens or screen-aways. But there have been at least 3 or 4 times where the referees have caught them still moving and giving them that unfair advantage to the defense. So good job by the officials to catch Captain Lou that time.
Only got a modest 9 points in 31 minutes played. As again, Durian trying to go to that about 12-foot range on the side of the hoop. Weber, the little Lou. Finally, Weber takes the shot, and it goes down.
In my mind, I was thinking, man, Weber's really not looking for a shot at all, just trying to get his teammates the ball in the right spot. But late in the shot clock, ball kicked out to him. He had no choice, puts up a nice on-balance shot, and helps extend this lead.
Evan had a shot of his own, but it leaves it to Artino. Had no angle, but coaxes the foul by Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis, knowing Artino's 50% from the free throw line, says, hey, instead of give you an easy layup, I'm gonna make sure you don't get this one in and make you earn it from the free throw line.
Well, they just taped up his knee, and Leon's ready to come back into the game. Another free throw attempt for number 31. Now 2 for 4 on the game. Just reaching the 20-point mark. Yeah, he looked really comfortable there. Makes it himself 2 for 2.
Yeah, his teammates had faith in him too. They didn't even line up to try to get a potential rebound. Everybody off the floor, so good job by Artino to capitalize off of that possession. And we do see Olaf Joby back in the game to try to help them finish things out here.
Floated up to Olu Joby, who's fouled, and one. There's an easy set play that I think Jeremy called on his own, starting things off on the wing. Also coaching a bit after, but the pass a little bit off the mark for an Olu Joby alley-oop, so it'll turn into and one as Evan maybe avoids the unsportsmanlike foul on the fall there. But glad both players are all right. Kind of unlucky there. Weber kind of stumbles into a foul.
Yeah, Weber working hard. Saw him knock down that outside shot a minute ago. Just a guy that's done a lot of small things well today. You know, just defensively being solid for the Steelers. Not turning the ball over, just helping be smooth with those handoffs and screens inside this Steelers offense. So he'll head to the bench, but should be happy for how he was able to impact the game and help his team, you know, build this 15-point lead so far.
Mouse will check into the game. Kaohsiung with 6 points but 4 fouls. Definitely a guy that, especially in this game, has been picked on defensively, trying to keep up with no matter if it's Jeremy or if it's Jerry or if it's Little Lou on the cross-screening actions. Another free throw. Slip pass with the Lioneers jump in front of. Down by 14, they need to hurry up. They're certainly playing much better defense in the fourth quarter. Oscar off the dribble, pulls up, and a bounce rebound gives him another chance for 3. Another one, all net.
Yeah, exactly what you don't want from the Steelers. If you're a Steelers fan, the last 30 seconds, you have a turnover, you give up an offensive rebound, you give up an open three-point shot. So they're going to have to do a little bit better to close this one out against the Lioneers team who would love to come back.
Jeremy Lin couldn't get the answer on the other side. A bucket could bring it within single digits. Martino de Boca, he goes through Jeremy, but ends up missing the shot.
Yeah, a lot of contact, definitely a lower shoulder. Jeremy Lin in the right position. Maybe a good no call, and at least Jeremy Lin's happy with the fact that he helped force the basket to go, or force the shot to be missed.
With the right hand, going at Leon and dropping it in softly.
Man, makes it look easy, just explosive first step. Jeremy Lin with one of the fastest steps from any guard that I've been blessed to commentate a game for, as he's just been able to get by his man at ease all night long, or all afternoon long.
And on the other side, it's Oscar Kaohsiung, who's pushed his point total up to 29. 5 more to go to his season highs. You see Jeremy also beating Artino on the interior too. Under 2 minutes to go. Still a 11-point lead for the boys in red. Hsinchu blocked from behind, but Mouse, look what I found. Hops over his down teammate and his downed opponent afterwards. I don't know why Tianhao is slowing up. For a guy who's played point guard all his life, I do not understand that slow pace. Martino trying to squeeze his way in, slip. And another left-handed finish by William Martino.
Yeah, he's really come on strong here in that second half after seeing a lot of the ones in the first half fall out. But if you're Little Lou, you're up by 11 with a minute left. You want to use as much of that shot clock as possible. The Steelers' time is on their side, but the Lioneers want to talk it over.
To be fair, it was only Wang Liushan's second shot of the game. He must have thought about those minutes and those field goal attempts. But like you say, a timeout by the Lioneers, only a 30-second variety, as it was a live ball and called by a player. And as it is right now, I don't think the Lioneers are that afraid of getting scoring opportunities. Oscar's shown the ability to create, and Song Yushin has shown the shooting touch in the game, especially on the left side of the basket. Right now, defensively, getting stops is the biggest thing, and Jeremy Lin is the biggest obstacle to that, whether he's going to finish on his own or keep on working on that game-high 10 assists.
Yeah, the best three-point shooter of the day for the Lioneers has been Oscar, but he's also their best creator. So we'll see if maybe they can, you know, have a handoff to him and try to get a three-point shot off the dribble. You don't have to go for three yet, but obviously with limited possessions left, you would like to have at least a couple of them to help you get back in this game.
Talk about low number of steals. The Steelers only have 5, the Lioneers 12. Oscar tried the step back there. The ball falls to Wang Yuxiang's hands. This time he will slow it up. Now it's nearby, ready to screen, but he slips it as Olujobi from deep. Tip rebound for the Lioneers. Leaving it to Iboka, and with a one-handed lay-in. That brings the Lioneers over the century mark. They have a foul to give, but right now kind of playing the clock. Oscar grabs from behind eventually. And a curious execution there on the strategy.
Well, Oscar, knowing that they needed a foul, was able to gamble and be extra aggressive defensively, and he's a tough defender already, so definitely making life hard for the Steelers trying to get that ball up the court.
Now they start their foul strategy. This time it's Zhen Boyu. Chen Yongwei, when he got injured in Taoyuan a few weeks ago, was a big concern for the Steelers fans, as the team only has young point guards in reserve between maybe Wang Yuxiang kind of moonlighting as a point guard, or Jamarcus, who's obviously just a rookie out of London University. But his return, and so far what he's shown in the game, first time back, has already been impressive. A lay-in and finally the foul granted by the officials, but only about 5 seconds left on the clock. Maybe everybody just wanted to catch their breath. Gary missing 2 before makes the adjustment. He's probably between him and Lu Junxiang, or no, excuse me, Captain Lu Zhenlu. Jerry has increased his assist to turnover ratio actually to 2.5 from 2.2 before. And then Captain Lu has made multiple threes in 8 out of the 10 games since Jeremy Lin's joining the team.
Yeah, those are nice numbers for this Steelers team, and a big part of them helping them get another win here today is the fact that those 2 guys had those positive contributions in those different categories. Definitely need the shooting, and this Steelers team is a lot more complete, and definitely a different force to be reckoned with this second half of the season compared to the first.
The 2 Hawkas talking it over as the teams will kind of, I jokingly fight for the jump circle to break the huddle. And of course, as customary, we'll have a little bit of time before we finally hook up our post-game interview with a player or a coach, as it looks like Jeremy will enlist the help of Oscar to maybe share some memorabilia from the game. And even Song Yuxuan coming over to have a little bit moment with Jeremy Lin. I'm sure somewhere down the line, Song Yuxuan was in one of those Jalen 7 camps. But the player to be interviewed is actually Chen Yongwei. There he is on screen now. Asked about his health.
其实自己还是在体能上或者是节奏掌控上，其实还做得不是很好。那也是需要靠这几场的比赛或者是练习，然后让自己可以赶快找到比赛的感觉，这样。
Sharing that he's not at 100% yet, but it's good to be back on the floor and he'll continue to work. Now asked about working with Jeremy Lin.
其实豪哥在场上就是做很多挡拆啊，或者是做很多的分球。那我自己在场上就是尽可能的去辅助豪哥吧，就是让他的一些体能啊，或者是一些节奏可以再更好一点这样。那自己适应的其实还可以再更好啊，因为自己还是很多的一些外线没有把握住这样。
Jerry's sharing that he's working on his distribution, of course, his three-point shooting to kind of help out the team and help out Jeremy out on the floor, lead the team. Now asked about the missed opportunities from the game.
其实一开始今天摆先发，其实是龙哥想要让我就是更快的找到比赛的感觉。那他有跟我讲说，让我试一下3分钟、5分钟这样。那其实我们3个在场上其实时间并没有很多这样。那我们3个必须要在练习的时候找出更好的一些进攻、一些效率这样。
Then he shared that the starting lineup was pretty intentional, so they can all work together a little bit more and get used to each other as they head toward the last stretch of the season. Now asked about the momentum the Steelers have heading into tomorrow's back-to-back.
其实我们自己的状况就是自从豪哥来之后，我们状况越来越好嘛。那我们就是一场一场来，然后就是把自己的做好，然后结果的话就是顺其自然这样。
And Jerry echoing what little Lou shared earlier, just trying to play their best and let the results what they may. The lucky recipient of a couple of Jeremy Lin sneakers from the game. Having a memory he'll never forget, and certainly memorabilia that'll be pretty incredible to show off to the friends. We have one last break before wrapping things up from Kaohsiung.
再次回到我们高雄凤山体育馆，谢谢。
Final word here from Fengshan Stadium. We now have our eyes on the final recipient of the jersey. No, guys, don't smell the jersey. Come on now. Well, they talk about cheerleaders being xiang or fluorescent. Well, I guess in some odd way, so are players' jerseys, especially maybe of somebody of the legendary status of Jeremy Lin's playing in Taiwan for the first time as an official professional basketball player. Now back to the basketball, where the Steelers emerged victorious. They were actually not very eager to shoot the three themselves and taking it to the paint as an adjustment to Jeremy Tyler being in foul trouble and missing big chunks of the game, leaving William Martino and a local big to try to hold it down for the Lioneers. And at sometimes you felt like they could, but there's also plenty of other times where they had lapses in focus on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to go back and just the Steelers were able to get into the paint and create off the perimeter with handoffs and dribble penetration, and so they just didn't want to settle from three-point because they were able to get those higher percentage shots they like to get, and you know, the Lioneers just couldn't control that, and some foul trouble and other things didn't go their way.
Later tonight is the Kings at Pilots coming up at 5 p.m. And tomorrow, the Braves are in Kaohsiung and the Dreamers play the Pilots in Taoyuan. And with the results of this game and a Braves win tomorrow, actually the Taipei Full-On Braves will follow the Kings as the second team to lock up a playoff spot. And of course, having to give a shout out to our colleagues at the league office. This is by Yanci, showing off the second round matchup between Beast and Jeremy Lin. Funny enough, just because of the funkiness of the schedule, the Steelers will only play at Huping Gymnasium one more time for the rest of the season. So your only chance to see Jeremy Lin in Taipei. So thanks, Kirk, for joining me down here at Kaohsiung. Hope we had a good time.
Great time, Ryan. Thank you.
On behalf of the 6 teams in the league and league operations, thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.